let's finish reading Nate the Great Stalks Stupidweed. Right now, Nate the Great doesn't really have any ideas about what happened to the stupid weed. But let's see if he can figure it out. I looked at Sludge, eating his bone. He always tries to help with my cases, but all he had done was knock over Rosamond's can of water. Was he trying to tell me something? I thought about Claude and his worm. Suddenly, I knew I had a lot of good clues. I had to go back to Oliver's house. It was hard to do. Oliver was sitting on his back porch. "I lost you in the woods," he said. "Did you find my weed?" "I'm getting close," I said. I looked at his railing. "Where's your weed book?" "I took it back to the library," Oliver said. "Then I, Nate the Great, must go to the library." "I will follow you," Oliver said. "I know it," I said. Sludge and I rushed to the library. Sludge had to wait outside. I went inside. I looked for weed books. I found Wonderful Weeds of the World. It had a dirty fingerprint on the cover, so I knew it was Oliver's copy. I pulled it down. I opened it up. I looked inside. I found what I knew I would find. Oliver's weed. It was between 2 pages. It was pressed against step 3. It did not look sick anymore. It looked dead. I took the weed from the book and put the book back on the shelf. I knew that steps 1, 2, and 3 could not help Oliver's weed. Nothing could help Oliver's weed. I left the library. Oliver was outside with Sludge. I held up the weed with both hands. It needed both hands to keep it up. "Here is your weed," I said. "The case is solved." "How did you find it?" Oliver asked. "Clues," I said. "Lots of clues. I saw Claude looking for a worm in the ground. He said he could not see it, but he knew it was in there, just under our noses. I thought about that. Your weed could have been in something close by, but we still could not see it. What was near the pot? What was just under our noses? Your weed book. But you gave me the biggest clue when you said you were using the book when the weed disappeared. When I saw your book, it was closed. I remember reading the title on the cover. It had to be closed for me to do that, but it should have been open because you were still using it. Rosamond closed her book when she was through with it. Why was your book closed when you weren't through with it?" Oliver shrugged. "I, Nate the Great, will tell you why. The breeze blew it closed while you were getting the water." "So what?" Oliver said. "After the weed fell into it," I said. "What?" Oliver gasped. "Why would the weed do that?" "Because it was hit by the certificate of ownership sticking out of your back pocket. When you turned to go into your house, the certificate hit the weed, and the weed fell into the book. Plop! Just like Rosamond's can of water fell over when Sludge hit it." "Turn your back to the pot, Oliver." Oliver turned. "Aha! Your certificate is aimed directly at the pot. Perfect aim." "I wasn't trying," Oliver said. "Your weed was sick," I said. "It was in dry dirt. It was easy for it to plop out right under our noses. But we couldn't see it, just like Claude and his worm." "So my weed didn't go to China," Oliver said. "I, Nate the Great, make a few mistakes." Oliver stared at his weed. "This weed looks terrible. It will never reach the sky. I am going to Rosamond's house to get my nickel back." "I am going home," I said. I said goodbye to Oliver. I liked doing that. "I will be over later," he said. "I know it," I said. Sludge and I went back to our garden. I started to weed again, but I was tired of weeds. Perhaps Rosamond could come over and pick them all. She would give them names and homes. That would make everybody happy, especially me. I had better things to do. I, Nate the Great, went back to the library and took out a good, clean book. Can you read the title? The Weed Killer. Thanks for watching.